see.
Hi, are you Lauren?
Hi, yes.
I'm Cameron. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Cameron.
How's your day going so far?
Oh, I'm doing okay, thank you.
Good.
Is it okay? I grabbed a chocolate from up front.
Oh, absolutely. Please
Great.
enjoy. That's
Thank
what they're there for. I would like to introduce myself a little bit before we get started. I am a psychology student at MSU Denver. I am currently 3 years into my degree and I work in the mental health system. I'm just here to talk about feelings essentially, and I'd like this to be a safe space, so whatever you'd like to talk about, I'm all ears. We can definitely talk about it. That's what we're here for. I do want to offer or let you know the services that we offer here.
Mm-hmm.
We are a counseling facility, so we offer a lot of different mental health resources, different types of therapy if you're interested in that. Also just, like I said, a safe space to come and decompress,
Mm-hmm.
just because I know life can get a little bit stressful, especially these days. So that's what we're here for. Like I said today, I'd just like to talk about whatever you'd like to talk about, what brings you in, and things like that. We'll kind of just get to know each other today, and then later on we'll dive more deeper into some of the topics that you'd like to talk about. I do also want to let you know that with this being a safe space, everything that you say to me and with me will be confidential. There is a stipulation to that, however. I am a mandated reporter, so that means if I hear anything that sounds like it might be a harm to yourself or to others, I might have to report that, and I'd like to talk to you about it first before I do, so just so you know, if that comes up, we will be talking about it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you for notifying
Absolutely.
me about that.
Do you have any
Thank
questions?
Not at the moment. Not yet.
Okay, yeah, no worries at all. I'm also going to be sending you an email just with the confidentiality limitations, I guess, just so that way you can be informed, and if you do have any questions, just feel free to bring it up to me. It's what we're here for.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I guess, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? So we can get to
Of
know
course.
you a bit?
Yeah, sure. So I come down here for Denver for school, but I'm located in Longmont. I live in Longmont with my husband and my 15-year-old cat, Ari. I am, pardon me, I'm pursuing a degree in social work right now at MSU Denver. What else about me? I'm really about human rights and advocating for them in all sorts of forms. I like to be involved in my community. I'm trying to think if I have any hobbies. I do enjoy getting tattooed. That's like my hobby. I like hiking. And what else do I like? I'm from Louisiana, but I've been here for this is like my home. I've been here for over 25 years, so it's definitely my home. I like school. I like my husband. I have a couple of friends. What else? Is that okay for right now?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's wonderful.
Okay,
I appreciate
cool.
that
Yeah.
background. I love that you feel like Colorado's your home. I think that's
yeah,
wonderful.
I like it here.
I enjoy it here as well. Well, I wonder what brings you in today. What are some of the things that you'd like to talk about in these sessions?
So I've been struggling with my capability around kind of this new aspect of school / service agency. As I'm learning new skills within school, I'm finding that I'm doubting myself a lot in professional areas of my life. And it's something I wouldn't say that it's causing anxiety, but it's definitely causing a cyclical thought pattern, which has been making it hard for me to focus on my studies and just feel good about yourself, because you just want to feel good about yourself. So I've kind of been struggling in those areas, and I just want to find out what that's about and solutions, mental health resources that or strategies that I could use to kind of maybe stop those patterns of thinking and kind of find that boost of self-esteem, I guess.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Just in terms of I can relate to that. I think with that negative self-talk, it can be really all-consuming and really hard to see around, and especially when it's that cyclical pattern of thinking. It's really challenging, and it's not fun, especially when you're being mean to yourself. That's at least my experience with it. I feel like I can be very mean to myself. Has this been an ongoing problem for you, the negative self-talk? Is it something you've experienced a lot?
Probably my whole life. Yes, it's gotten better. It's like what do you call it, like a stat, like it goes up and down,
Okay,
right?
Sure.
There are really high points in my life where it doesn't affect me and I'm feeling like really on my game. But then there's like times that it's just like really hard to pick myself up, like, you know, and it's not like keep going, like pick myself up, but just like to keep having that positive self like belief, right? So like it kind of ebbs and flows, but it's been there forever.
Okay. Do you find, is there something specific that kind of leads you into that lower phase of that cycle, or is it just kind of random, like?
I'm used to being the smart kid, so I think like being challenged with being around peers that are smarter, if not much smarter than I, they put me in that, which is just a humbling feeling, right? It's a humble experience, but it definitely, I think, triggers that.
Sure.
Also, if something like were to happen professionally that maybe isn't bad, but like triggers something about my self-esteem personally, right? Even if it wasn't conveyed in that way. Say someone were to give me directions on something, but say like the way they worded it or like the eye contact they made, like I will start to process it like they meant something else, and that will begin a triggering effect too of like the cyclical pattern of thinking about it, and then turning that inward to myself and kind of picking myself apart and why people would react negatively towards me. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of pressure that you put on
yourself. Yeah, I think like pressure to sum it up.
Expectation.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that can be really hard to deal with, especially when it's coming from yourself. I think our brains can be really loud sometimes, and it's hard to see around them.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you feel like this impacts you in your day-to-day life? Is it something that you're experiencing a lot right now?
Yeah, I'm in finals, and it's like the time that I need to be like the most focused, and I'm finding myself like just being all over the place. And it's just frustrating because, you know, you want to end strong, but it's like I'm just feeling so just all over the place. Like I can't focus, and my brain's telling me to do other things when really I should just be doing my darn tootin' assignments. But you know, yeah,
those darn tootin' assignments. And in the past, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm asking you a lot of questions. I'm just trying to get a better understanding
of course,
of where you're coming from and what your experience is.
Thank you for being interested.
Oh, of course. I wonder, though, have you done anything in the past that has helped to silence those thoughts a little bit, or what helps you to deal with that?
You know, what they always say for self-care, right? And it is true, but like things that like get myself into my body, like getting, when I go on my hikes and stuff like that, or even like, I don't love going to the gym and getting on the treadmill, but like when I do that, I find that it kind of quiets the voices. Not that they're like crazy schizophrenic voices, but like that inner monologue. It tends to quiet that inner monologue a bit.
Sounds like it puts your thoughts on pause for a moment.
For sure.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you have something like that. I think it's really important that we get a break from those thoughts because they are exhausting, I think, sometimes. And it sounds like you are, how do you feel? Do you feel like you are pretty aware when you are heading in this direction? Is it like you notice it and you deal with it, or what is that like for you?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. You know, sometimes I almost feed into it and I let it get bigger. It's strange.
No, that makes sense to me. I think I experience the same thing with like feelings of like resentment sometimes, or I struggle with anger a lot. So when I'm feeling that way, sometimes I play into it and it feels good, but it's not always helpful.
Yeah, you said that very well, and yes, that's I would also say the same. That's what happens with me as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to talk about this more in the future. I do want to let you know our time is up, but it sounds like we're going to be talking a lot about just like that negative self-talk and different ways to kind of silence it for a moment and get control over it and take back, you know, the strengths that you have. And it sounds like there are a lot of strengths that you bring also, especially just with coping. I think it sounds like that is effective self-care.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. I look forward to this, though. Should we reschedule for next week?
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. I will put it in the books, and we'll see you then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
See.
Oh, I'm sorry.